All right, before we move on to part 4, I want to draw your attention to this piece of code. And I hope you're gaining some comfort level where this writes out to the screen what we want the user to see as a prompt. I'll run it for you right now, and I'll say OK. So see, what is your name is whatever is enclosed within. I'm sorry, that's just up here. What is your name? I really want to draw your attention to this piece of code. So see right here, what is your age? You can see right here, I say, what is your age out to the screen, anything in quotes. And whatever you type in, such as 25, and I hit enter, that is going to be assigned into SH. Then we convert SH into IH. I'm going to interrupt this code. I want to show you something that we can do that can make our life easier. We have two variables, SH and IH. They're differentiated between the S and the I. What I'm going to do is show you how we can combine those two. Instead of removing the code, I'm commenting it out so Python will execute from the top. It will do this and it will skip over that to the next line that is not commented. So I'm going to show you how we can take this input, put it inside the int. So see up here, I put it here. So whatever you type in gets handed off to the int. The int will take 25 or whatever you can and make it an integer. 2 lines of code and 2 variables are streamlined into one. And this is where, once you understand kind of the basics of the input and the conversion, int conversion that is, you can now start writing more efficient code. So I'm going to put my dog's name in there. And then I'm going to put Moose's age in just because he's different. And there you go. So see how I type in 13. 13 gets handed off to the int and becomes IH. Beautiful. So what now I'm going to do is move on to the part 4 example. Now we're going to do this a little different. We have another version of the program, version 4, and I'm going to show you the output. I write out to the screen, I'm showing the output and the input. Right here I do an input asking how, I got a typo, it says man, change that to many. How many minutes per week are you dedicating to Python? And the user types in 200, so that needs to be converted to an integer. I like you to figure out how many hours 200 minutes is and what the minutes are. So for example, I take 200 and divide it by 60 to get the 3. But notice I don't get 3.3333. I want you to put 3 and I want you to extract out 20 using the arithmetic symbols. And do you remember what the arithmetic symbols are? Parentheses, double star for exponentiation. Can you name the others? In order, they're parentheses, exponentiation, multiplication, division. And remember, there's 3 types of division in Python: addition and subtraction. This does regular division, which means you can get floating point values. This is called integer division, meaning that you get whole number answers. And modulus means you get remainder division. So using any one of these, or certain one of these actually, see if you can write the code to ask how many, it should be many, I'm going to fix that, minutes per week you are dedicating to Python 200, and you can output this. So take the 200 in, convert it to an integer, somehow use mathematical calculations to divide something into 20 to get 3 and to figure out how you get 20 minutes. Pause the video now. Okay, you should have attempted it. You really need to attempt writing this code. If you just keep watching my videos and me giving you the answers, you really aren't learning. But here is what we need to do. We need to go into here, and we need to take 200, which was entered, do integer division by 60, which is 60 minutes per hour, and I get the remainder 3. If I did, for example, let's do the calculator. If I do 200 divided by 60, notice I get 3.33333. That division is the singular slash. But because we're doing the double slash, we get 3. And do you remember the modulus operator gives you remainder? So what it does is it divides 200 by 60, which is 180. You subtract 180 and you get 20. This is what we call remainder division, or the remainder. And look at me, I can't spell for nothing today. There you go. So this gives you 20. So let's go look at the code that accomplished that. We don't need that. Here it is. Ask how many, look, I fixed it, many minutes per week you are dedicating to Python. 200 gets handed off to the integer. Then we put it into a variable called I_min. I create a what? This is called a constant, because ever since I can remember, there are 60 minutes in an hour. We get n hours, I_min, integer division, n hours. 200 divided by integerly by 60 is 3. Take 200, divide by 60, the remainder is 20, and I put it out to the screen. Let's run it. Oh, there you go. Here's the answer. Let's run it again. Let me put this over here so you can see the code. We'll do something different. Say you're a really kind of lackadaisical kind of guy or woman, and you put in, I'm only working 50 minutes on it. You've worked 0 hours and 50 minutes. I hope you learned a lot. Oops.